Hey everybody, it's Chris back with another review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. Today I'm going to be trying a selection from Southeast Asia. This is the Beerlao, I believe is how you would say that, from laobrewericompany. It's a dark lager from Laos, and I have to admit, I think the only Southeast Asian beer that I've ever had, I believe is called Chang, and it's out of Thailand, so I'm woefully unfamiliar with well, Asian beers, period, but specifically Southeast Asian. I did pick this 11.2 ounce bottle up at total for $1.79, so it was well within the range of my price. It was well within my price range. I've seen a few Vietnamese beers, and as I mentioned, I did try the Chang from Thailand. There's this one that we're going to be trying here in just a second from Laos. If anybody knows of a Cambodian beer, I would really like to try that. A couple years ago, I was actually in Oakland at a Cambodian restaurant, and what they offered me in the way of beer was Chang. And I asked the lady specifically, is there any Kampuchean, beer that I should be looking for? Is there anything out there that you just don't have available here, but, is anywhere else? And the proprietor was a nice lady. I can't remember her name. She was a Cambodian immigrant, and she said to her knowledge she knew of no Cambodian beers. So if you know of one, even if it's not available in the Las Vegas market, make a comment down here. Let me know about it. Tell me about it, and then I can, start sending out my feelers, trying to find somebody out there who has one. But enough talking. This is, as I said, a dark lager, for which I paid $1.79. It's 11.2 ounce bottle. And it says that it is a premium Asian beer brewed in the heartland of Laos using unique local ingredients of Laos polished rice and natural fresh water. So let's stop talking, start drinking. As usual, I'm going to be using my Pop the Top opener from Taza Designs. Yeah, sometimes those 11.2 ounce bottles are weird. This is one of those times when my Pop the Top opener is not going to work quite as well as expected. But, okay. In the end, I did get the cap off, as you can see. And that's a pretty cool graphic that they got there with the tiger. The graphic is not marred at all, so that would be just fine for your wall mount. And the crowning is not messed up at all, so if you wanted to reseal this, you would be able to. Showing a little love for the Runnin' Rebels today, using my UNLV pint glass, and let's go ahead and pour this dark lager and see how it comes out. And this is already, I can see it's pouring at almost an amber ale color, very coppery, plenty of carbonation. And that is definitely a lager head. That head is just growing, and it's not going anywhere. It's going to dissipate just a little bit, but not too much. As you can see, yes, for a lager, that is a very dark beer. Very dark lager. I'm going to list the carbonation as, I'd say medium-high. Not all the way to high, but medium-high. Sure smells like a lager. I can smell lager yeast, getting all those malts. I think I can even smell the rice, to be honest with you. There's sort of a perfumey smell to it, a little bit of orchid, and I'm wondering if that isn't perhaps indicative of the Laotian rice. I don't know. I could be completely wrong on that. Don't hold me to that. Slightest bit of alcohol smell, but just very slight. Anyway, it's probably time for me to quit yapping my gums and get into this, start drinking. Cheers. Well, I'm going to list this as a, let's see, a medium mouthfeel. The flavor. How exactly to describe the flavor? It's like a marriage between a It's like a marriage between a brown ale and a lager. Actually, is how I could best describe it. It's very dry. Very dry. Right after you take a sip, you almost need to take another sip because your mouth is so dry. As time progresses, what I'm smelling more than anything is that lager yeast. Difficult to describe this. It's not bad, not great. I don't know that I'll be drinking a lot more of this. It does have a 6.5 ABV, and I believe I forgot to mention that previously. But yes, the Beerlao, the Dark Lager, has a 6.5 ABV. It's kind of like a brown ale. It's kind of like a lager. Imagine if you made a snake bite with using brown ale and lager instead of lager and cider. Other than dry and kind of malty, and see, my favorite macro beer, if I was going to drink a macro beer, it would be Michelob. So it's Michelob drinkers. I think you may like this. I like this. This is actually growing on me. I said it wasn't bad, it wasn't great, but really, the more I drink of it, it is dry. It is malty. And I'm going to call this, I'm going to say this is the Michelob of Southeast Asia. So if you are like me and willing to drink a Michelob, not a Michelob Ultra, I don't even know what that crap is, but an actual old-style Michelob, then I think this may be a craft beer for you. Anyway, glad to check off another country in my import profile. As I said, really would love to know about some Cambodian beers. I've seen a few Vietnamese beers on the shelves. Unfortunately, they were not in the $2 price range that I try and keep my beers. So maybe I'll have to do a specialty one or something like that, or just, I don't know, look for one on clearance, any number of things. But I gotta say, laotianbeer, that's the way to go. Actually, between the two Southeast Asian beers that I've had, whether it's Chang or Beerlao, I gotta say this one is the better one. Not that anything was wrong with Chang, but this is the better beer. So $1.79 for 11.2 ounce bottle, ain't too bad. This is actually going down pretty easy. So until next time, drink good beer. Don't break the bank doing it, and cheers.